Hi besties, it's been a minute since I did a book haul, so I have a book haul for you guys today. Over the last couple of months, I have been curating some books. Some of them I've already read. I may have made reading vlogs with some of them already, but I wanted to do one big video with all of the books I've recently gotten. These are like one of my favorite videos to watch. I feel like I get some book ropes from them sometimes, so I'm excited to do one today. So I'm just gonna go through them and tell you what I know about them. If I've read them, I'm gonna leave out all details of that. I'm just gonna go through them. So first up, my wonderful boyfriend got me The Fury by the same author who wrote The Silent Patient. So I was very excited about this one. This one is a murder that happens on a remote island, and you follow the main character who was there when it happened. So next up, I have The Heir. This is book 2 of a bioengineer romance series, standalone series. That's all I know. Next up, my wonderful friend for my birthday bought me Need Your Number, which is book 1, and Need Your Midnights, which is book 2. This is a sports hockey romance, and the first 2 books are out, so. Next up, I have Butcher and Blackbird. This is a serial unaliver romance. Next up, I have The Hive. My friend actually gifted this to me as well. It's a sci-fi about this girl, about this thing called The Hive, who is pretty much like social media, and they use it in a very bad way. That's essentially what I've gotten from the gist of it. Next up, I have the last book in Love Me and the 303 series, First Comes Forever. This was like author mail. I got some art prints, cute stuff like that. It's like a little idea about it. It says, is a baby between friends really that bad of an idea? So next up, I got Off to the Races. This is Elsie Silver's first series I think she wrote, and it got republished by Bloom. So the Bloom copies are coming out, and I plan on getting them all. I haven't read the series yet, and I'm super excited to. I just love Elsie Silver's writing. Next up, just like before, I have Leather and Lark. I'm actually super excited about this one. I have read the first book, and these 2 characters in this book are very prominent in that book, so it made me excited and ready for this book. It says it's a enemies to lovers dark romantic comedy packed with danger, chaos, and heat. So, all things I like. Next up, I have The House Across the Lake by Riley Sagar. I'm a huge Riley Sagar fan, so I'm slowly getting through his backlist, and this is just one of the ones I saw and picked up. Next up, King of Sloth has just recently come out. I got it, like, I think the day it came out, and already read it. It's a dark romance. I think I would consider it a dark romance, but this one is more workplace romance, I think is the main trope of it. Next up, I have Wild Love by Elsie Silver. This one also just recently came out. It's a billionaire romance, and it's small town. It's Elsie Silver. So the next 3, I actually don't know much about. I got them because of the sprayed edges, but first up we have Heavenbreaker. I know this is a sci-fi, and I love anything to do with space. I actually want to work in space, not work in space. I want to work in space exploration type of things someday, so anything regarding space really intrigues me, and the sprayed edges were just stunning. I couldn't pass them up. Next up, I have The Wren in the Holly Library. So this one I really don't know anything about. The sprayed edges are really pretty, and the Goodreads reviews were really decent, so like, why not, you know? Next up, I have Five Broken Blades. It has the pretty sprayed edges. This one's stunning. This one's my favorite probably out of the 3. I'm actually really excited about this one, and it's about, I think, five different characters that are all set to unalive someone, I think. I could be completely making that up. Honestly, it's just what I think is. Next up, I have a Fate Inked in Blood. This one's on my TBR this month. This one is a romantic fantasy. It has like pretty edges, but I know this author has also wrote A Bridge Kingdom or something to do with along those lines, and I've heard nothing but good things about that series, and I want to read that series, but I picked up this book. I plan on reading this book before I pick up that series, but yeah. Okay, on to the next stack. First up, I have Pretty Reckless. This one is a pass-around book. Me and my friends this year picked 5 books, and we all passed them around, annotated them, and yeah. So this one is Katie's book, and I'm the last to annotate it, and I'm super excited for this one. It's a dark romance. I think it's bully romance. It's also high, like, rich society. Next up, I got the early copy of a novel love story. And I know this is the author that wrote, I'm blanking on what, like, the titles of them. I can, like, picture them. Oh, the 7 Year Slip. This author wrote The 7 Year Slip, and I know people rave about that one, so I'm so excited about this one, and I love the color. I love that it's neon colors. I feel like you don't see this a lot with books. You see, like, a lot of pastel neutrals. Next up, I have The Housemaid is Watching. This is the third book of this trilogy. I've read the first book. I gave it 5 stars. Haven't read the second book. I have it, but I plan on reading it soon, and then I can read this one, but it's just a compilation of these thrillers. That's how I'd classify them. Next up, Not in Love. Super excited about this one. It's a steamy romance from Allie Hazelwood. I feel like I don't have to go into much detail. Next up, I have 12th Night. This is a little YA romance, and it has to deal with video games. And a thing about me is I love video games, so give me a book about video games and I'll eat it up. So next up, I have Done and Dusted. Everyone raves about this book, and I feel like I don't need to go into much detail about it, but it's just a small town country romance that is brother's best friend. No, best friend's brother? One of the two. Does it say? Brother's best friend. Small town brother's best friend. Next up, I have a book annotated by one of my good friends, Hate Mail. This is a pen pal trope. They start being pen pals when they are in 5th grade or 4th grade, and it continues until their adulthood. So I love me a good pen pal trope. Next up, I have Yours Truly. This is book 2 of these Interconnected Standalones by Abby Jimenez, and I'm super excited about this one. I heard this one has really good anxiety representation. I think it's this one. And I loved her first book. Her writing style is so easy and fast-paced, and her characters are so lovable and real. I'm super excited. Next up, I have How Does It Feel? This went viral a long time ago when I had, like, the original covers, and I saw in Target they have the new covers, so I wanted to pick them up. I haven't read this one. I don't know anything it's about, and I heard you need to go into it completely blind so you can really feel the effects of the book. So that is what I'm doing. How does it feel? Next up, I have Murder Your Employer. This is a mystery murder thriller. I don't know, it looked really interesting, and the writing has, like, pictures in it. There's no chapters or anything in it. It's very unique writing, so I was very intrigued. Next up, I have Unsteady. This is a very heavy anxiety I think it's anxiety and OCD. I know it's anxiety representation. It's a hockey romance, sports romance, all of that good stuff, and I'm so excited. And then lastly, for this book haul, I have Sweet Nightmare by Tracy Wolff. This is the first book of this new series she's writing. It's a YA fantasy series. Yeah. Those are the, I think, 27 books I have hauled in the last couple months. I'm sure there was more that I just did not pull from my shelves or realize that I bought recently. But I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you guys got some good book recs out of this. I'm super excited about all of these books. Clearly, I bought them, most of them. And yeah, let me know if you've read any of them and if you have any thoughts you'd like to share. But thank you so much for watching this video and watching my videos and supporting me. And I will see you guys next time.